The quality on it are a number of flags that, are from just a bunch of different backgrounds, not necessarily a specific country, a specific state. So the definition is like thinking across different platforms and treating everything equal. So with that shirt, there's a lot of different flags, but all compiled into one, saying that, at a certain point they don't matter. They're just lines in the sand that make a flag. Just think of people as like an equal playing field, and then it all just becomes one. I think, the best work comes from collaborations. It's usually not broadcast, but it's 2017. I think there's a year of clarity of, expression. When you look at a brand like Nike,
right,
it's not one person. You can imagine the amount of people that are behind the scenes, or you can look at, great artists, music artists, like they have a team behind them. So the power of collaboration and working as a team and sort of leaning on each other for what their best skill sets are, make the greatest pieces of artwork. The motivation behind Off-White was basically to just make a brand that represented my ideals, make something that felt like it represented my childhood, where I grew up, on a scale that felt like all the other brands that I grew up admiring. Being from Chicago is something that, one of the most important things about myself. I come directly from my forefathers of Chicago, which is, Kanye West, Don C., Ivan Jasper. They took me in and put me on a platform to express my ideas. That was, after almost 14 years of traveling and seeing things, and, I think it's super important that the lineage of all of us collectively felt that Chicago was a unique place in the world that hadn't been sort of represented on a large scale. So I come from that, I'm just doing my part. Each of us do our part. The four of us sort of believe in this, new generation of Chicago and what the city means to the global community. Well, to me, Chicago is still an undiscovered city.
Yeah.
And that's not a disadvantage. I think look how the world has changed in the last 10 years. Certain cities like New York or Atlanta or Miami or Los Angeles, for example, have their moment and importance in culture. And I think Chicago, it's not that we're needing a sort of cosign or sort of like a global scale. It's just a unique place. That us being here, we recognize the importance of it. So, I like that there's a chance for art and design and the intellectual side of the city to come through, in the future if it's in the right hands. So I think the institutions like Nike doing this project in itself, having you and I having this discussion, Kanye's career, my career, Don C's career, still in its infant stages, I think we will see what greatness can come off of these, city blocks.